Hello, welcome to Have a Go Heroes. So, you may notice it's another talking head video. That's because we did some recording, and we were playing with the sound trying to finally figure out what's wrong, and we've lost one session in experimenting. But the second session is much better. So there is that. Swings and roundabouts. So what happened in the last session? So Astariel, who was in a desperate hive of scum and villainy last session, she managed to escape with Ryu. She'd given him her amulet while he was an old samurai laying on the floor, and the amulet burned him and seemed to sort of burn off his age and recover him into a younger man, which was quite confusing to all involved. And then he went on a bit of a kill crazy rampage while Astariel chucked fire everywhere. Edward noticed during this that he was staring off into the fire in a funny way, and that Ryu might not be 100% normal. But after burning the house, Edward, Ryu and Astariel fled back to the boat. At the same time, on deck, Kyrie and Ezekiel hear screaming from the kitchen, and they run into the kitchen and find that Archie, the young Tarask, is now no longer 2 foot tall and is 7 foot tall, and he's attacking Fandhammer because he got in the way of the pantry. So after they sort of lock Archie in the pantry for a bit, they have a discussion and decide that they've got to do something about him. They manage to persuade him back to to Ezekiel's room, and he's left there in an angry state. But Ezekiel's beginning to realise his pet is slightly more dangerous than you would first think. Soon after, the group totally regroup with all the fallout of stuff that's been happening, and they have a bit of a meeting, on which point they realise that the city is on fire. The attack that Astariel did is burning down one of the favelas, and the fire is quickly spreading. Edward realises this is this distraction the group need to sort of put all their plans into motion. So he very quickly goes to assembles a crew, and they go down and meet the rest of the Vengeance crew. Meanwhile, on ship, Ryu, Ezekiel, Astariel and Samit are all together on the boat trying to deal with this Tarask problem. And Ryu reveals that he can use the amulet that Astariel gave him. Well, it's not its original intended purpose. That seems to be some kind of dragon control. He can use it to tap into the age of dragons and steal years from them. Ezekiel warns him that this is the sort of thing that creates evil undead and will probably piss off a dragon. He considers it very stupid. Astariel kind of defends Ryu while he's not there, as Ryu is busy talking to the Tarask. You can see that there's a split there maybe, but they don't have time to deal with it. Meanwhile, on the dock side, those who have gone to meet the old Verfona's Vengeance crew, the people like Lyra and Zane, Duragar, realise that it might be a trap. And they notice that the house next door has people in it, and Lyra comes out of it. And at that point, basically, Edward decides it's a trap. He uses one of Helix's bombs tied to an arrow to explode the side of the house and kill quite a lot of standard pirates. The rest of the crew advance very quickly upon the house. Lyra runs into the street to find out what's happening. Zane comes after her. Lyra stabs Zane in the stomach. And we're about to get into a big fight, and that's when the session ends. To be honest, I'm very upset that we lost the session, because there was some really good roleplay. Especially when all the crew are together and talking about what they were going to do next and all the bits and pieces they discovered. But does mean that we've kind of got sound better, which means that the future of what we do, if hi-hat is not perfect, but if the next campaign has maybe less people in it and is in a slightly less echoey place, it's going to be much more watchable, which for you and for us is great. That's brilliant. Cool. Alright, thank you guys. We hope to see you soon. Have a go, heroes. Out.